Now, as we speak, a 2-mile crack in the earth is belching molten lava into a western region of Iceland. The eruption has displaced nearly 4,000 locals. Experts have warned that the lava flow could last for months. Officials have reassured the public that the risk of destruction is low, but there are growing concerns thousands of Icelanders are being exposed to gas pollution. As we get close to Christmas, many are asking, will this be as bad as the notorious 2010 Icelandic eruption, where air travel around Europe was plunged into chaos? Well, for more on this, I'm joined live from Hafnarfjörður, 30 kilometres from the eruption, by geothermal expert Bjarni Richter. Thank you so much for making time. First, quite simply, was the eruption what you expected?
Well, thank you, Rosanna. I'm pleased to be here. Yes, basically it is. This is a kind of a special fissure swarm lava flows, which are a lot of lava produced, not too much ash like in 2010, but some gas also going on. And now we are getting into a period of increased volcanic activity in the Reykjanes peninsula. This has been going on for thousands of years on a regular basis. Every 800 to 1,000 years, we have a period of 200 to 300 years of activity. And now it seems that we are getting into a renewed activity on the Reykjanes peninsula. Started in 3 years ago, in 2020, in Merardalur and Geldingadalur. And now in Sundhnúkagígaröðinni, which is a tongue breaker. So now we are expecting that we will have increased activity around Grindavik and elsewhere on the Reykjanes Peninsula.
And then, so increased activity in and around, that's something to be aware of. The pictures look really dramatic to us. That's because we're not used to active volcanoes here in the UK like you are in Iceland. But how concerned are people in Iceland about the eruption?
This is rather close to an habitat area called Grindavik. And this is actually the fissure swarm or activity closest to Grindavik that was feared that would be active. However, this is in the northern part of this fissure swarm, so Grindavik is not in imminent danger, and neither is the power plant right next door at the moment. This started with big activity last night, but now it's only like a quarter, 1/4 of the flow from these fissures as it was yesterday. So it's decreasing. If it will stop in the near future, we don't know. But in any case, it's similar to the volcanic activity 2 and 3 years ago.
And 2 or 3 years ago was one thing, but 2010. That's what a lot of us remember, because airlines and aviation was really affected by that. On the scale of where volcano activity sits in Iceland, how does this compare to 2010?
Well, this doesn't really compare, because that's a completely different activity, where we have a kind of a stratovolcano with an ice cap, which increased the explosive activity, throwing a lot of ash into the air. These kind of fissure swarms are a lot more benign than that in such cases, since there's not much ash produced. So this has last night we closed the airport for a few hours, and the airport is only like 20 kilometers away. So it's not having at this stage an effect on aviation.
Bjarni Richter, thank you very much for joining us. I'm now joined also from Iceland by the Icelandic Minister of Culture and Business Affairs, Lilja Alfredsdottir. Thank you very much. In terms of...
Good evening to you.
Thank you. In terms of visiting, we were just hearing there from Bjarni Richter about, this is on the scale of things fairly contained at the moment, less lava than expected. The airport was closed for a few hours. It is now reopened. In terms of the government, you have active volcanoes as part of your life there. How do you go about dealing with this, reacting to it, helping the public?
Well, first of all, I mean, what we emphasize is, of course, the safety of all the locals. So as you could see earlier in the month, all the inhabitants of Grindavik, around 3,800, they were evacuated as a precautionary measure. So we basically, of course, think about that and also of the safety of everyone that is visiting. And as Mr. Richter said, the airport, it was actually only closed for 20 minutes because this eruption is localized, and at no point this was a concern as regards to the air traffic, which we felt was very good because, as you mentioned, the eruption in 2010 from Eyjafjallajökull, that was pretty significant as regards to worldwide air traffic. Fortunately, that is not the case right now. But when you're in government in Iceland, you always have to be prepared for different exogenous shocks and also from, Mother Earth. So this happened around 10 o'clock last night. I mean, I called everyone that I need to do because I'm also the Minister of Tourism. And then we just had emergency meetings early this morning. Everyone knew what to do. So I think that we're getting to a certain extent used to this challenge.
It sounds like it. Look, in terms of the airport is open, people can fly in, journalists are flying in today, they're taking pictures from the plane flying, amazing pictures. Are you concerned that thrill seekers might start visiting and try to get close to the volcano?
No, so of course, what we always emphasize is the safety of everyone. And so we basically structure the way that tourists and also journalists can come and visit and see. We just today we opened the media center in order to provide the right information about basically what was happening and that everyone is safe and that we had already taken the necessary precautionary measures that we need to do. But of course, I mean, you always need to be on alert when you have this kind of a situation. And last night we could also see not only tourists but also locals that they were excited to see the eruption because in the beginning, as Mr. Richter said, it was larger and I could actually see it from my house in Reykjavik very clearly. And I don't remember I've seen an eruption this clearly before. So people are excited, but this is the fourth eruption that we have in 4 years. So we know what to do, but you always need to be, go strictly by every decisions or plans that we've already put in place. And, living in Iceland, this volcanic island, we have extremely qualified scientists that are monitoring the situation, not hour by hour, but, minute by minute. So we were able to, do the necessary planning that we, which was very important.
Absolutely. Lilja Alfredsdottir, Minister in the Icelandic government. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too.